opened up a light bulb, filled it with water, man, he made a projector out of it. I doubt it works. Let's test it. The first thing is to grab one of these bulbs here and try to remove this core from the bottom part. That's the idea, to take this out. Let's see if we can take it out without breaking the bulb, because we need this glass part. Remember, if you're a child, don't try this at home. Alright, after taking this part out, we also have to remove this core here, just enough so we can put water inside. I don't think it's gonna work like this yet, man. How do I get this out? They just, oh, I got it. Alright, no problem, it's fine. I just need this more oval part right here. So I can make the lens, put the lamp here, mark out its shape. Yeah, something like this. The idea is to use the shape of the lamp to make a lens. I'm going to cut here. The goal is to create a spherical lens, because they say it's better for making a projector since you'll use the phone's own lens to project the image onto the screen. It's working, isn't it? I'll put it higher. Let's see. Hey, look, it worked, man. It fit perfectly. That's the idea, okay? It's going to stay in that position, see? Now, inside here, we're going to put water. Let's do it. So I'm going to fill this up with water. There you go. The water will work like a lens. Wow, interesting, huh? Let me check it out. It flips the image upside down, just what we want. Let's see if this is going to work. I'll grab my phone here. I'll play a video here. Yeah, that's it. And we want to have this mirrored on the screen over there on the wall, right? The brightness is maxed out. Let's see if it works. To keep the phone steady here, I'm going to use this little thing to support the phone. Just put it in here and support it. So, in theory, we can adjust the difference, the distance, and project it onto the wall. Let's see if it works now. The phone and lens are in place. I'll close the box and hope it works. 1, 2, 3. Look, man. Wow, it looks so nice, just like an episode of Chavis. It's odd that putting the box in front blocks it. Why won't it play there? The video shows the miniature projector here. Look, there's no way this can work, man. It really doesn't work, okay? Look, the video, is this what's coming out here? He glued sticks to a cup, put a candle underneath, and it took off. Man, there's no way this works. Let's test it. I got the cup here. Look, I'm going to have to cut a little bit off this edge here like this, okay? And here on the other side, there are also a bunch of these videos on the internet. People doing this, man. And I got curious, is it true? A lot of people have been sending me these videos. You just need to get a little bit of hot glue, put it on the stick like this. Look, then you have to wait a bit for the glue to dry a little, otherwise the cup will wrinkle too much. I turn it over here, count 1, 2, 3, stick it, and hold it so it stays. That's the science behind it. It's like a balloon, you know, those hot air balloons, where they have to heat the air inside a container. In this case, it's a balloon, and then it rises. But there's a problem. This isn't going to be light. This is heavy, man. So how do you make this thing fly when it's heavy? I think the hot air won't have enough pressure difference to make this thing fly. But in the videos on the internet, they're swearing it works, so I'm going to test it. Look, here's the structure. See this? Here is where it lifts, then heat comes. From the candle, we just need a small piece like this. Look, I'm going to come here and I'm going to stick it with hot glue too. I've already noticed that it works here, that it's more practical than melting the candle itself, since I have hot glue right here. Look at that, this is the system working. When we light the candle, it's going to generate hot air, which will fill this top part, and in theory, it should rise. Let's see if it works. Let's go, so let's see if it's going to work. I'm gonna light it here, wait a little bit for the air to heat up, and let's see if this thing is gonna work. If it's really gonna rise, man, will it? Man, will it work? Let's go, huh? Let's try. Let's see, let's see. Whoa, whoa, look, man. That's cool. You're crazy, right? It's really going up. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's awesome. Whoa, the string even fell here, huh? Without the string, I couldn't have gone up? There's no way. That's just nonsense. This balloon is too small to fly. It needs to be much bigger. Next. If you can make this arrow point to the money, you can keep it. But there's a catch. You can only move one stick to do it. Can you do it? I doubt it, man. You can challenge your friends and they'll try anything, even making a triangle there. An arrow. But man, just one stick. Dude, how do you do it with one stick? Which one? Is it possible? Some here. Let's try to pick some here. You try to take this one. Try to do this here. Oh, no. This isn't an arrow. Why does it look like an arrow here, man? Nothing looks like an arrow, man. Even if I put this here, it still isn't an arrow. They'll rack their brains, but they can't solve this. There's only one way, and it's not conventional. It doesn't look like anything you're thinking of. In fact, I think they're going to get pretty mad when you show them how it's done, but that's okay. The important thing is that, in the end, you're the one who's going to get the money, man. Check out the idea. I'm about to show you how to do it. To be able to turn this arrow has to point that way, and you can only move one stick. They're going to think it's this one that you have to do something like this, but that's not it, man. The arrow has to stay in the same shape. The secret is to always think outside the box. How do I turn the arrow? How am I going to move all of this? Here, I need to move the sticks out of place, man. It's really cool, man. The idea is that you won't make a new arrow over here because you can't do it with just one stick. You can't do it, man. There's no point in trying to do this here, man. It won't count. You have to make this arrow point over there. For that, you're going to take the single stick that's here, which is the only one you can move, and you're going to come here, see? You'll notice there are 2 sheets, and they won't miss this detail, man. Why did I put 2 sheets? Exactly because of this stick. Because now I can simply take this stick and slide it under this sheet. I can grab it and turn the whole arrow. Man, I bet you didn't think of that. I turned the whole arrow and then put the stick here. See you in the next video, okay? Only those with pliers without a spring know how annoying it is. You have to keep closing them constantly. I saw people making springs with magnets. Such an interesting idea. I'm going to glue it right here on this part of the pliers. We'll need to remove the magnets, right? Take them off slowly and stick them on here. The idea is exactly to use the repelling force of the magnets to make this work. I'll put it here. 3 magnets is the max, right? 3 is too many, so I'll use 2. I'll try it right here with just 2 magnets. If it works, it shouldn't be a problem. It's simple, I take 2 magnets. If I can stick them together, they have to be in the position where they repel each other. So like this, they're repelling. So I'll stick one on the bottom and the other on top. I need to fit it here in the middle. It's trying to fit, but it's in the repelling position. When I close it, see, it pushes away. The magnet worked great. Let's not space them out more, so I'll place them here and here. Let's add more magnets. Look, 2 now. I'll close it here. Oh, it was already sticking. Wow, that's amazing. Now it's in the right spot, but I don't think it'll stay when I close it. See, it pushes away. I think that's the way to go, but we'll have to glue it in place so it doesn't come off. Let me see if it works here. No, it doesn't, man. I'll glue it in place. That'll work better. A little hot glue and it'll hold it in place. Now I'll glue a magnet here. Ouch, I burned my finger. Let's find it. The position where it repels is just like this, so I have to glue it in this position. I'll change it here and see if it works. If it does, that'll be awesome since it's easy. Anyone can do it with their own pliers. Ah, now it worked, huh? I did it. Now I just need to let it dry and reinforce the glue since it will likely come loose here. You'll see, and then we'll see. It's going to work. Let's go so it's dry. Let's see if it's going to work. Closing here, then I get closer. Look, you lift it up like this. See, look here, see, it goes up. See? The problem is that this here made it hard to close, see? So we need to improve this position. But the principle works. Look here. See how it opens. See? Of course, we need oil here or it won't work. So, is it working and approved? Do you know what these numbers on the super glue mean? Today we're going to do some tests here so you can finally understand which is the right glue for you to use. Let's go. We have 200, 793, and 721. I'll show you their differences. Let's begin with glue 200. I'll put a drop here. So you can see its viscosity. Look, it's actually hard to come out, as you can see, right? The drop barely runs because it's a thick, viscous glue. In contrast, 793 is very different. Look, when I drop the glue here, you'll notice that it runs quite a bit. It almost went all the way down. It's a more intermediate glue. You can find it to buy almost everywhere. Look at the 721, man. It looks like water. This one is the least viscous of all. It really runs a lot. So, to test this strength, I'm going to put a drop of each, guys. This 200 is hard to get out. It's really thick, so it's better for you to use it in places where there's a bit of space. Let's suppose I want to glue 2 things together. And it's kind of uneven. There's a little tip, a little spot, a small gap there. That's where the 200 glue goes. It will fill that missing space because it's much more viscous, but it will have a lot of trouble penetrating. If there's a small hole, you can't glue it by putting glue inside. You can use the 200 since it's thick, unlike the less dense 793. See, I'll put a drop here and a screw on top. It's an intermediate one. That's why you find it everywhere. It's not too thin and not too thick. Now the 721, if the object isn't 100% touching, it won't stick. Because the glue runs, it's very thin, so it's perfect for you to put in little holes, a small crack. There's something together there. Do you want to spray some glue in the middle, in a hard to reach spot? There will be a glue that will run all the way down, and then we'll test which one will hold better. The screw's ready. See, it's dry. We have all the glues, so let's test how much each can handle. Starting with the 200, I'll use the scale and apply force to see if it detaches. 1.5, 1.4, 1.9, 2, 293, and 320 pounds were the maximums. Let's go. 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilo, 4 kilo, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, it didn't come off. I couldn't pull any harder. This position isn't great. Let me fix it. 793, congratulations. Huh? 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, I couldn't see it. But likely 8 kg, so 7.93 kg is the current limit and winner. Now, let's check 7.21 kg. It even changed color here. Let's see how much it can hold. I'll turn it on here. Let's see. Let's go. 1 kg, 2 kg, and 300 kg is the weakest and thinnest, but the thickest isn't the strongest. So here it is. First place, 7.93. Second place, 200 kg. Third place, 7.21 kg. That's our ranking until the next video.